What's going on, 88 gang? Welcome back to another deck profile. Today with me is Serena.
Hello.
She recently got top 16 in
Top
Milwaukee.
16 at Milwaukee.
Let's go. How do you feel?
Feels a little unreal. I hit so many good players. I went into like every round feeling nervous, but I started taking wins against some like insane names like Evan Pavelski, who is a seniors world champion. I played into Jackson Ford, who ended up winning the entire tournament, took it to game 3, sadly couldn't close it out. Fought into Jared Grimes, Gabe Smart, so many good people like Brandon Salazar.
You got there
so many good players.
You got there in top 16. That's all that mattered.
Hell yeah.
So how do you feel going to that tournament? Did you like feeling like you're gonna hit all these big name players going in there?
I was kind of expecting it because it's been happening more and more lately. Like when I went to Pittsburgh, I had a really solid start. I think I was like 401, and then I finally hit like Andrew Hedrick, for example. So I've been getting used to hitting the big names more and more at each tournament. I was definitely surprised with how many I hit this time, but leading into the tournament, I was feeling confident. We had a lot of testing groups here in NorCal with the 88 crew, as well as all the local players. We put a lot of testing into this regional because it's a new format. There was a lot to test. We went through like 9 different decks, played a little bit of everything, eventually settled on the Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and I was feeling confident. So I've been playing this. I've been playing this deck since NAIC, so I have a lot of experience.
So why Grimmsnarl into like this regional specifically? When like all the new mega stuff just came out recently? So like, how do you feel about Grimmsnarl in this meta currently?
I think it's very good. I think it's very well positioned. You know, with Gardevoir being as dominant as it has been, I genuinely feel like being a dark type is just very good. It's very good being a dark type right now.
What was your final record for the day?
My final record was
for both days, technically.
For both days. I ended day 1 with a record of 5-1-2. Yeah, 5. That sounds about right? And then won the first game of phase 2, ending day 1 at 6-1-2, and then I ended day 2 at 10-2-2.
Okay, that's a pretty impressive record if I say so myself.
Yeah, I'm surprised myself.
That's enough to talk about the matchup. Let's dive into your deck list. Let's show us what you got.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's get into your deck profile. Let's show us what you got.
All right, sounds good. Starting off with the Pokemon, we run 3 Impidimp, 2 Morgrem, 2 Grimmsnarl. This is our main evolutionary line. This is our main attacker. He's the guy that the deck is focused around, Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Next up, we have a 3 Munkidori. Now, some Grimmsnarl lists they run 4, and I do think 4 is very good, but because of some techs I've gotten here, some spicy techs, I unfortunately couldn't fit in the 4th. I did actually end up losing the mirror match to Brandon Salazar in round 14. It was my winning in. And the thing about the mirror match is whoever has more monkeys typically ends up winning that mirror. Unfortunately, I had the 3, they had the 4. I also ended up prizing some monkeys in those games. Next, I run a 2-2 Frostlass line. Frostlass is very good for the deck in generating damage, and use the Munkidoris to spread that damage over. Moving into some of the techs, we have Iron Bundle. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to this guy. He ended up winning me so many of my games throughout the weekend. He comes in clutch in so many situations. Very strong card. Very good gust effect. Next one, we run a Shaman. I actually didn't use Shaman nearly as much as I would have thought this weekend. I didn't hit any of the Terra boxes. I didn't hit any Raging Bolts. Hit a few Guardies, so it did come up in the Gardevoir matchup, protecting us from Screamtail snipe attacks. Pretty much put it in here for the Terra box matchup and the Raging Bolt matchups, though. Didn't quite come out nearly as often. Also had its use in the mirror match as well. Shaman still got its use. Next up, I'm gonna have to do these 2 together because they are a package deal. So we've got Yveltal and Pecharunt. Now, these are the odd techs for sure, because I ended up looking at all of the Grimmsnarl deck lists in top 64, and we were the only one with the Pecharunt, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I think Pecharunt Yveltal is just a insane combo, especially in the current format. You have so many options in the game, such as Yveltal's Clutch, Wellspring Mask Ogrepon's corner, or Sob and Maractus's corner. Just a lot of attacks in the game right now that trap your Pokemon in the active, forces you to be unable to retreat. So we run the Petrarunt because it has the Subjugating Chains ability, forces any of your dark type Pokemon into the active, poisoning it. And pretty much the combo with this is, if you ever are in a situation where you're stuck in the active, your opponent used one of those attacks, Clutch, Sob, Corner, you could just have Petrarunt and Yveltal on the bench. Petrarunt would force Yveltal into the active, and then of course with Yveltal's free retreat, you just retreat back into a Grimmsnarl or whatever attacker you're using. It's a great way to get out of those situations. It also helps reset Mind Bend. I've only played against 2 Gardevoirs, and in both games they tried to Mind Bend me. They've tried to Mind Bend my Grimmsnarl in the active, forcing me to retreat it, potentially discarding 2 energy. Ended up surprising both of those players with the Petrarunt, and then just retreated Grimmsnarl, put Yveltal in the active, curing Grimmsnarl of confusion, and then retreating back into the Grimmsnarl. It's a very good combo. It's a very powerful combo for sure. This combo comes up in pretty much any single matchup. It's a very good combo. So had to do these 2 together. They were also MVPs this weekend along with the Iron Bundle. Like, I want to say these 3 cards really paved the way to victory.
The
for
full
me.
package for the deck.
Yeah, they were all very good. They were all very good. And of course, the last Pokemon is going to be a Pheasantipity. Pheasantipity is just there as our consistency Pokemon. I used it a lot throughout the tournament just to draw an additional 3 cards, because, you know, sometimes you get Iono'd, you don't draw a supporter, but you still have the Fez on the bench, or you have a Nest Ball to get the Fez, draw a couple extra cards, get yourself out of a bad situation. Very good. All right, as for the trainers, we have for Arvin. Very good card, gets pretty much the combo you see everyone go for as a Grimmsnarl is Arvin, Secret Box, Amiibo. I think that's also the case for Gardevoirs and just any deck running Secret Box. It's such a good combo. We run 4 Iono for our Disruption, and of course for our draw support, and we run 3 Lilies. This is the new one of the new supporters we got from Mega Evolution. Very good card. Really boosts the power of Grimmsnarl if you're still at 6 prizes, which Grimmsnarl can sit at 6 prizes for quite a long time. There are some games where we just don't even take prizes until the 4th or 5th turn, and Lily's drawing us 8 full cards after we thin the deck out of our Darkness energy using Grimmsnarl's Punk Up ability. It's very good. It's we see so many good cards off of the 8 with Lily. And of course in the mid game it's very good, getting us an additional 6 cards. Definitely gave the Grimmsnarl deck a huge boost in consistency. And then the last supporters, of course, we run our 2 Boss's Orders. Gotta have our Gust effects. It is how we win so many matchups. It's how we destroy Gardevoirs, because gusting up Gardevoir with a boss always feels good. For the items, I chose to run 2 Nest Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin. When I posted my initial deck list on Twitter, I did get a lot of questions from a lot of people like, are you insane? Why are you only running 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin? But from all my testing, I've only ever found that I want 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin. I use the Buddy Buddy Poffin pretty much Secret Box for a Buddy Buddy Poffin, Spike Mooth that gets me my Snorunt, Impidimp, Spike Mooth gets me my other Impidimp. Worst case scenario, like, yeah, there's always the risk of prizing the 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin. It only happens 1 in every like 10 games, sure, but Nest Ball still gets us there. Even if the Buddy Buddy Poffin's prize, Nest Ball still gets us there. Plus, I wanted to prioritize the 2 Nest Balls so we have more outs to all of our good guys. We got Petrarunt, Pheasantipity, Yveltal, Bundle, Shaman, and of course the Monkey Dories as well.
Yeah, things that you cannot grab with Buddy.
Exactly. Like, Buddy is perfect for the initial game setup, but every time I ran 2 Buddy, I always found that the second one was kind of dead, and I was never using it.
Yeah.
So I eventually settled on the 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin, 2 Nest Ball, and of course the 1 Ultra Ball. Still gotta have it. It gets us our Grimmsnarl. It gets us our
everything.
Frostlass, anything we need. Next up, of course, we have our Secret Box. The most broken ace spec in the entire game now. It gets us everything. A single Secret Box to get us our Buddy Buddy Poffin, our TM Evolution, Spike Mooth, Lily's Determination. It's great. Very powerful ace spec for the deck. Then, of course, we run the 1 energy search. As mentioned before, we don't really want to discard a lot of our cards, so we do opt for the energy search instead of the vessel. Only gets us 1 energy, but you know what? That 1 energy is plenty. Next up is the energy switch. Now, this card is also low-key an MVP, right? It's a very momentum swinging card because it could be the difference between setting up 2 Monkey Dories or 3 Monkey Dories in a single turn. It helps you set up your Pecharunt to attack. You could use Grimmsnarl's ability to just punk up 3 energy into play and then use that energy switch to set up a monkey, and then you attach another energy to a monkey and suddenly you have 2 monkeys set up, whereas you would have normally only gotten 1 monkey set up. Very powerful card. Wish more Grimmsnarl players ran it because honestly, I think this card should be in every Grimmsnarl list. It's so good to have. We do run the 1 rare candy. Now, the reason we only run the 1 rare candy as opposed to 2 is because I do find a lot of the time when I'm using my technical machine evolution, I always evolve into double Morgrim if I have the ability to, and my rare candies just feel dead because of that. Now, obviously, there are going to be the games where you prize one of your 2 Morgrim, so your TM Evo becomes a Frostlass and a Morgrim, and then you'll candy out the Grimmsnarl. But in those games where you're using TM Evo to get 2 Morgrims, and then you could candy a 3rd Grimmsnarl later in the game, a second candy always just felt super useless to me. Plus, the deck also runs 2 TM evolutions, so most of the time we're getting into our evolutions no problem. So 1 rare candy has always felt plenty for me. Next up, we do run the 2 counter catcher. Just a very good gust effect, of course. We have the 2 night stretcher, getting our cards back from the discard. Also gets an iron bundle. The number of times I use night stretcher to get an iron bundle this past weekend is probably very high. And of course, we have the super rod, getting cards back into the deck. Very, very good.
Very stable.
Very stable. Next up for the tools, we have our 2 TM Evo. It's what we use to get into our guys. We have the 1 Devolution. There are so many evolution decks in the format, and Grimmsnarl, being a spread deck, is very, very good at getting multi-prize KOs using the Devolution. We also run the Air Balloon. I felt that this was still a very good card to have. I did consider a Binding Mochi because we run the Pecharunt. A Binding Mochi would be sick, yeah. But ended up sticking with Air Balloon. It's a very good card, no matter what. Moving on to stadiums, we do run the 2 Spike Move Gym. This card is busted, gets us any Marnie's Pokemon. It's basically the main reason why we only run 1 Ultra Ball, because this is basically our Ultra Ball, right? We just don't have to discard. We have the privilege of having Marnie in our name, so we just get all of our guys very easily.
Must be nice, man. Must be
Put
nice
it down. You bump a jamming tower. You bump a gravity mountain. You bump any stadium you want, and you get a Grimmsnarl out of it. That's insane.
Against Gordy, you go, oh, thanks for Artisan. Play 1, and then gonna search for my Marnie.
It's good. And of course, we run 1 Artisan of our own, because we gotta have a way to get our monkeys out. Also helps us get a bundle, which again, broken card, gets us our Yveltal, gets us our Shaman, gets us our Snowruns, gets us everything really, aside from the EXs. Very good. And then as for the energy counts, we do run 8 energy, and that is the deck.
It sounds like you're very happy with your deck list that you brought to Milwaukee last weekend.
Broken.
If you were to do it again, will you change out any other cards in that list or no?
If there's one card I really want to run, it's probably that Binding Mochi I mentioned earlier. But otherwise, the 60 feels very, very solid. I don't think I would make any other changes right away. Definitely are going to have to test it, but I'm very happy with where the 60's at.
Definitely. And what's your next major tournament?
Next major tournament for me is Las Vegas.
And will you bring the same 60 to Vegas? That's just the question.
I think so.
Because it's the same format. Yeah, it's the same format.
It is the same format. No new sets come out. It is the exact same format. I'm feeling confident in Grimmsnarl. I think we're going to run it back. Will it be the exact same 60? I don't know just yet. We'll we'll figure it out. We're gonna do plenty of testing.
I mean,
leading up to
technically,
Vegas.
since you're on the top 16, right? People still gonna look at a net deck guild list and know what to look out for
Ooh.
now.
You know what? I didn't think about that.
So now they could take against your Grimstar, but beside that, like if you run the same 60 and you're like, hey, skill diff, right? Like at that point,
Heck yeah. Well, if I could get that Limitless page to have my name twice on the same deck list, that would be cool.
that would be lit. All right, any last word, any shout out you want to give out to anyone?
Yeah, I do want to give a huge shout out to my teammate Joseph. Me and Joseph, we were going back and forth with Grimmsnarl for a while. They also took Grimmsnarl to the tournament. They also had a very spicy tech in their list in the in the form of Marnie's Morpeko. I unfortunately did not log in the Marnie's Morpeko. They did. He also did very good. He was able to make day 2, and he was able to beat a Crustle, which is the main reason why we would run Morpeko. Also beat the Cornerstone. Huge shout outs to our team, 88 Card House. Thank you for sponsoring us. And we want to give a huge shout out to our other sponsor, Dual Specs, the best sleeves in the game at the moment. I ended up using the Bluesicles at Milwaukee because, look, man, it matches our jersey. It's a great color. And honestly, these were probably the best like feeling sleeves I've ever used. They shuffled so smooth and didn't run into any weird potential deck errors, didn't have any dinged corners, didn't have any split sleeves. So they're very good. Huge shout outs to Dual Specs, huge shout outs to Coach Dom for providing us with some Dual Specs for the event.
Don't forget our discount code.
And don't forget our discount. If you want Dual Specs, if you want the best sleeves in the game, be sure to go to dualspecs.com and use code 88cardhouse for 10% off your next purchase.
I definitely. Thank you, Serena, for coming on today.
Thank you.
Hopefully,
thank
I
you.
get to see you again after Vegas. It was November next month.
November.
So hopefully, I'll see you again on this channel again. Until then, good luck, man.
Hey, we're aiming for top 8 next, baby.
Top 8, let's go! All
Of
right. Thank you for coming
course,
again.
thank you for having me.
Peace out, 88 gang. Peace.